Hi guys, in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1987 series. Currently we are on Season 3, Episode 29, Blast from the Past. I really hope that means that this is gonna be a time travel based episode. I don't know exactly what it would be if it is going to be a time travel based episode, but I am a huge fan of time travel, and I'm hoping that it's going to turn out to be a really fun episode. With how fun episodes in this third season of this show have been, there's no reason really to expect that it's not going to be at least decent. So, yeah, I don't know. There's not really anything else that I can get from the title of this episode, so I don't have much else to say. I'm wondering which character that is like big part of the TMNT lore we might be seeing in this episode, because it does seem, looking at the bunch of episodes that are left from this season to check out, that we're going to be getting a lot of them. So I wonder if we're literally going to get like a big character from TMNT lore in every single episode. We're definitely getting one in the next episode, which I'm also going to be reacting to right after this. But I'm wondering which one could it be in this one. Regardless, I'm really excited to get into this episode. Before we get into it though, I do want to remind you that I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out with my transition by donating to my Patreon or Ko-fi account, because for those of you who didn't know, I am trans. And by doing so, you also get access to the full-length version of this reaction and all the full-length versions of all the reactions that I do on the channel, which includes cartoons, short live-action TV series, long live-action TV series, and movie full-length reactions. Alternatively, you can also just stick with the YouTube version of this reaction and simply like the video, but it is appreciated if you do make the extra step of supporting me. Anyway, enough chit chat, let's just get into Season 3, Episode 29, Blast from the Past, in 3, 2, 1. I'm having a good feeling about this episode.
Because of those accursed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I am constantly defeated by their prowess at the martial arts, but no more. I shall turn two of my own minions into unbeatable super ninjas.
What?
Why didn't you do that earlier?
You have studied well the ways of our ancient Foot Clan.
Those two aren't the only ones who can practice. Hit it, Michelangelo!
When Shredder stole the leadership of the Foot Clan from me, he also stole the clan's sacred scrolls. Now I fear he plans to use those scrolls to gain powers no mortal was meant to have.
What has this to do with...
Man, this is very similar to the Season 1 finale of Rise of the TMNT, with the scrolls and getting an unimaginable power and stuff.
Heavy duty happening.
Yeah, just like a kung fu movie.
Our only hope is to beat Shredder to the remains.
And you have failed as usual.
Okay, again, this is really engaging episode so far. I'm intrigued, really intrigued.
Hurry, you two. The effects of the gas will only last a few moments.
It's wild to see Shredder this competent. What the hell?
Summoned me. That you may teach my two minions the ways of the foot and make them invincible super ninjas.
Oh boy, on-the-job training.
Well, shouldn't you be able to do that, Shredder? You are the leader of the Foot Clan, you know?
Such a request. I am the true leader. I have the sacred scrolls.
No way, hosebag! Master Splinter is the true leader. Tell him, Master.
Who am I? Who are you?
What?
False claimants to the clan throne must suffer the consequences.
Due to technical problems with Master Splinter, we are all in deep trouble.
Yup.
Gas gave him amnesia.
How did that become the plot of this episode all of a sudden? Is that why it's called Blast from the Past? Because they're gonna have to tell him about his past?
Can you, remember anything, Master?
My mind is a complete blank.
You lived in Japan, and you weren't a rat.
Are we getting a flashback?
The Foot. But one student plotted to overthrow your leadership of the Foot Clan.
That's pretty cool, I like this.
Then you fled to America. Penniless, you were forced to live in the sewers. Your only friends were the rats. Meanwhile, back in Japan, under Orokusaki's evil leadership, the Foot Clan turned into an army of crime. Back in New York, you lived happily with your turtles and rats. But then, one day, something else came down the drain. It was
A
powerful
mutagen.
mutagen. It caused whoever touched it to take on the form of whatever animal it had most recently been in contact with. We turtles started becoming human because we'd most recently been with you. But you'd most recently been in contact with the rats.
But he was literally touching you as he transformed. He should have turned into a turtle
After
too.
your favorite, I became Leonardo. And there's Donatello, whose simple wooden bow can disarm any adversary. And Michelangelo, who is master of the whirling nunchakus. And Raphael, who's really thrashed right now.
That's right, we gotta snap this thing up. Does any of this sound familiar, Sensei?
I do not know. I'm so unsure of everything.
We met a
Why is this like a clip show all of a sudden?
reporter covering a series of mysterious thefts in scientific companies.
This is actually surprisingly engaging for like a clip show exposition
And
dump.
Shredder didn't like that one bit.
Sign off time, April O'Neil.
I did not expect that this was going to be the episode.
Homeboy.
I remember that. It was only like 5 months ago. It feels like such a long time ago though.
Leonardo, are you sure this is really the time for us to be telling our life story?
We've got to help Master Splinter get his...
I mean, we're pretty far in the run of the Turtles. They probably wanted to remind the viewers exactly what the story has been so far. Hey, who turned out the light?
You couldn't teach those boneheads anything in a
Hey,
million years.
who turned out the light?
But I am the
Guess what show that's a reference to?
in the name, the powers.
I really like his design, kind of. It's freaky enough for me to like it. But why the fuck is he a ghost? And why does he look evil if the if the Foot Clan was supposedly good before Shredder took it over?
I seem to remember. Didn't Orokusaki have some connection with Shredder?
He was Shredder, but we didn't find that out until he captured you.
Okay, as entertaining as this is, I really don't like that it's a clip show. I'm not a big fan of clip show episodes.
Master Splinter's walking stick.
There's not much to react to, is what I'm trying to say. Man, he's such a damsel in distress. It's so weird, especially after watching the 2012 series, where he's like one of the most formidable fighters, where every time he's around, you feel like our main characters cannot lose the fight, but here he's always captured.
The Shredder. You would be wise to lose your flippant ways if you wish to join the Honorable Foot Clan.
Why should we want to do that?
Ooh, that was badass.
Who made you what you are today? Don't deny your destiny. Join me.
Does the phrase, go suck a lemon, hold any meaning for you?
I was just gonna say I don't remember this scene, but the suck a lemon joke I do remember. And also really interesting how the fact that he created them in this, it's very similar to what happens in Rise of the TMNT with Baron Draxum. Because he's the one who created the turtles there, so I guess he's their version of the Shredder, in a way.
You idiots.
Come on, Splinter. We're checking out of this dump.
Rest here a moment, Master.
I'm confused about when I'm watching a flashback and when I'm watching the current episode. It's kinda hard to tell.
And Rocksteady were ready to make mincemeat out of us.
Okay, this is the flashback, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, did I hurt you? This'll make it better.
Jesus.
Don't like
Okay, rewatching some of this early season 1 stuff does actually show me how action-packed season 1 was compared to what came after. Season 3 is definitely not as action-packed, but I do think it's still far more entertaining, so there's that.
Well, the boy likes his work.
Can't wait to get to the Red Sky arc though. We still have months before we get there. And it's also gonna feel so satisfying having watched through the whole series to get there. Especially because I'm gonna be the only person on YouTube to have done that.
If Splinter can prove he is the true leader of the Foot Clan, Shibano-sama will turn against Shredder.
Yeah, but how?
The Kerr-Lee maneuver.
Huh?
I've heard Splitter talk about it, but I've never seen him use it.
I hate when they pull bullshit like that out of their ass, especially because in this incarnation it's not gonna be anything particularly unique. It's just gonna be some ninja jump that is slightly more unique, but not really much enough to even call it unique, to make him appear like he's doing something special, but he's not really gonna be doing anything special. I don't like his mischievous face.
You may feel some disorientation when you revive in your new body.
He's just controlling it like a robot. It's not like he's being revived like Frankenstein. And I'm pretty sure I said that in that episode too.
It's alive.
He already was, you idiot.
It's alive.
Krang's body had a circuit that turned him into this giant economy size.
What the heck? Come on, guys!
What the hell was that sound effect?
Welcome aboard the Turtle.
Were they not allowed to swear later on, that they kind of tried to silence the what the heck? It's not even a swear.
Let's kick some shell! Shredder, come quickly! Whoa! It's that retro muto thingamabob! He's gonna use it to turn us back into ordinary turtles.
I remember it all. Where is Raphael?
He's trapped in the cultural center.
Then we haven't a moment to lose.
Excellent. You have mastered every fighting maneuver known to the Foot Clan.
All but one.
Something tells me that this kind of ninja power up for Bebop and Rocksteady is not really gonna stick around for longer than this episode.
But the Foot Clan may know it. Do you?
Ooh. I can dance too, Splinter. Maybe I'm the actual leader of the Foot Clan. See what I mean? It's not gonna be particularly like unique. At least they went in the direction of making it funny, so I'm satisfied.
They got away.
Hey, don't worry. They always do that.
And to your students, I say, always follow the noble path of the Foot. Be faithful to your master. Be virtuous and truthful. And save the last slice of pizza for me.
Okay. So this episode didn't really turn out the way I thought it was going to. A little bit disappointed in that regard. I would have liked a time travel based story for this incarnation of TMNT. I'm sure we're gonna get one at some point. With how many episodes this show has, I would be surprised if we don't get any time travel. But I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed seeing the old moments from previous episodes. That was kind of cool. I didn't necessarily mind the recap things about this episode, but at the same time, it was kind of boring and it wasn't really keeping my attention much. Like, I feel like it probably even caught me like looking very tired a bunch of times during the episode and kind of fighting myself to not yawn a couple of times. So while I wasn't bored by the episode, it wasn't also particularly engaging enough for me to not feel tired and just like, I guess, willing to yawn. Like, I was, I guess, in a way a little bit bored, but I was still kind of entertained. Like, I don't necessarily mind it too much. I feel like the show has earned having an episode like this at this point. We've watched, like, what, 28, 13, so 41, 46 episodes of the show. I feel like it's fine for us to get a flashback episode like this. It's certainly more justified than the one in the 2003 series that I actually skipped when I was watching it originally. And once again, I want to remind you that I do plan on rewatching the 2003 series on the channel once I'm done with Rise of the TMNT and TMNT 1987, that is. And I will be checking out all the episodes of the 2003 series this time. No skipping of dumb episodes. I will watch it all. But yeah, I don't know. There's not really much to say about this episode. It was just a kind of okay flashback recap episode. I think it's fine. I enjoyed it for what it is. I feel like I've watched certainly worse recap episodes than this one, so I don't really have much to complain. Yeah, I would have liked something actually more interesting and more building towards the future, like what we got last episode, but it's fine. Like, it's fine for what it is. I don't have much to complain. And it kind of reminded me of, I like that it reminded me and showed me the difference between, I guess, the tone of the series in season 1 and now, because I've kind of not really noticed how it has changed. But seeing those moments from season 1 does kind of show how much of a difference there is, because the show has definitely become a little bit more comedic and more slapsticky compared to the relatively serious-ish tone of the first season. It's kind of how the reverse has happened with Rise of the TMNT, where the last like 20-30 episodes have been very concept-based and comedy-based, with like just a concept of the week kind of thing, which I've enjoyed quite a lot. But with the last 3 episodes in particular, with the ending of season 1 and the first episode of season 2, we got like super long episodes with actual plot-based stuff based around the main villain of the series, which is a bit of a tonal shift compared to like the comedic stuff that we got before. So it's kind of the reverse, and it was hard for me to adjust to it. But it was pretty cool, and it's kind of cool to see the difference with how much it's changed, you know. I do like that. But yeah, there's just not really much to say about this episode. I kind of liked seeing, I guess, the original leader of the Foot Clan or whatever. That was kind of cool. I liked his design, and that's kind of it about this episode. It was fun. It was fine. In terms of a rating, I guess I'm going to go with, I don't know. Is it too high to give it like an 8.9 out of 10? Because for a recap episode, I think it was decently entertaining. It kept my attention, it was entertaining, but it's still a recap episode, you know? And the fact that it managed to be entertaining and not bore me to death still makes it better than all of season 2, so yeah, I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. I am curious though, what do you guys think about this episode? So comment those down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omar Richmond, Deadpool, and Corvide. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, you have continued to support me for such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys before we end this video is something about me that some of you may or may not already know, that will also explain why do I look and dress the way that I do in my videos. That thing being the fact that I am trans. In particular, I am somewhere between a non-binary person and a trans woman, though I am unsure at the moment and probably won't be sure until I talk to a professional who deals with trans people. But that is where the reason why I'm telling you all this comes. I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a homophobic and transphobic Eastern European country with a family that won't really ever accept the fact that I'm trans if they ever found out, it's not really feasible or easy for me to transition here with minimal to no repercussions. So that's why I would really appreciate any kind or any amount of support that you guys can give me with this. That said, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything. I don't want you to feel like you have to help me. So if you don't want to or you don't have the means to help out, That's okay, don't feel bad. I just want you to know that it would be greatly appreciated if you did help me get out of this situation. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Coffee account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!